Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie and today is going to be a little sit down video. I just want to quickly go over the 26 books that I want to read in 2026. I have not done one of these videos before, but I've seen it going around and I thought it was really fun, and I have a bunch of books that I want to get to either for my physical TBR or they come out this year. This would be a fun way to kind of talk them through. I'm also going to have the spread in my reading journal, so I'll show that at the end when it's complete. But I just wanted to do a video as well. So let's get into it. I'm going to be looking down at my little printouts that are for my journal. So if you see me looking down, that is why. But first is Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh. I have read all of the other books and I put off Releasing 10 because I wanted to read it closer to the release date of her next book, which I don't believe we have, but I just can't really wait any longer and I just want to read it in 2026 regardless of if Chloe Walsh has any releases this year, which I think she will. I'm hoping so. So I know this will emotionally drain me, but I do believe it's time to finally read it, and I'm excited about it. Number 2 is Left of Forever by Tara DeWitt. I read Savor It and hated it. I didn't like it, but Left of Forever is about a married couple who gets divorced and then reconnects. And something about being married, I do like to see romances that involve people that are married or have been married to each other. So I'm excited about that, and I've heard it's really good. So I didn't get to it this year. I have it on my physical shelf and I want to read it. Same kind of situation, Soul Searching by Lila Sage. I bought it for this fall season and didn't get to it, so I would like to read that as well. Number 4 is another book on my physical TBR, Heartbreaker by Jensen Parker. It's a second chance, like, pro wrestler romance. Me and my husband watched WWE, so I saw that at a independent bookstore and I was really excited about it, so I picked it up, did not get to it. Excited to read it in 2026. I bought The Wolf King and I'm really excited to read this. You know, I love a good wolf romance every now and then. I grew up being Team Jacob and I haven't changed. So there's that. I'm excited. Also, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Do I think that it is a good time for me to read this really emotional book? Probably not, but I do want to read it soon. Definitely in 2026. I've heard only good things about it. So I'm super excited. I loved The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I don't know that I've read any more of her books, so I'm excited. A new release that comes out in March, I think, In Her Own League by Liz Tom-Forty. That's all I need to say. Excited. I love her books. I met her. It was great. I don't need to say any more. It's Monty's book. Another new release, Love Song by Elle Kennedy. Elle Kennedy is my girl. I've read majority of her books, not like her young adult books, but I've read like all of her hockey romances and she's one of my faves, so I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Probably no surprise here. I do want to read Game Changer by Rachel Reed. It's Scott and Kip's book from the Heated Rivalry world. And I just loved their part of the show, and so I want to read their book. I don't think it's going to be as good as Heated Rivalry, but I still want to read it. I don't know if I'll read the rest of the series, but I do want to read Game Changer. Next on the list is the third book in the Edge of Darkness series, Restitution. I need to finish it. I'm reading the second book right now, so this will probably be one of the first books I read in 2026. Loving the series so far. Up next is a fun one. I just got approved for the arc of this book. It's Romantic Hero by Kirsty Greenwood, and I read The Love of My Afterlife this year in 2025, and I loved it. I had so much fun with the magical realism, and I believe this one, she is a writer, and she writes a cowboy in a cowboy romance, and I think he comes to life, and they fall in love. And that sounds so fun. So I do think I'll be reading that early because I'm excited about it and I got the arc. Next up, totally different vibe. The first thriller on the list, I think. The Chain by Adrienne McKinty. I have had this on my TBR for a really long time and I found a mass market paperback at Dollar General and so I picked it up. But I actually really want to read this thriller. I don't know much about it. I think kids like get stolen from a playground, maybe? Don't quote me. I really don't know. but I've had it on my radar for a while now. Another one that's been on my radar for a while and I do have on my physical shelf is Notes on an Execution. I have seen this on a lot of people's YouTubes throughout the year and I really want to read it. I like true crime, I like thrillers. I want to read more of that in 2026. 2025 was very romance heavy, which I'm not mad about, but I do like thrillers and want to kind of get back into that world. Up next, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I have not read anything by V.E. Schwab, and she's like a huge author that people love, like ride or die for her. And this, I believe, is vampires. It might even be sapphic vampires, but I've heard a lot of good things. It is thick. I have the book of the month copy. She's beautiful, but it's a long book, but I do really want to get to this in 2026. The next two on my list are romances. I want to read Runaway Love by Melanie Harlow. I met her at the Liz Tom 40 event and I had her sign this book and I have not read it. I've read one of her books a long time ago, but this is the first book in her like small town series and people love it. People love the series, so I really want to try it out. And then, okay, I'm nervous about this one. I really want to read A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. I will admit, I love her. She seems awesome. I follow her on Instagram, but the books I've read from her have not been 4 or 5-star reads. Most of them I think are 3-star reads, which is like okay. But the last one I read from her, I really didn't enjoy. But this one is supposedly like heartbreaking. I don't really know a lot about it, but everyone talks about this book and she got it traditionally published recently. So I know that it's like good to like the public. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Next on my list is Phantasma. I probably bought this book in like March of 2025 and I have not read it. And I bought the second book and I still haven't read it. So I really do want to read it. I think a lot of people like it. I think I'll like it. Yep, it's on there. A Frida book that I want to read this year is The Tenant. I just found this at a used bookstore and I think that my mom would read it, so we could probably both read it and talk about it in 2026. Another book I recently bought, I've been buying books and not reading the ones that I've been buying apparently, is Girl Dinner by Olivia Black. And this one just really intrigues me and I really want to read it. I just didn't get to it. Another Frida McFadden book that I want to read is The Housemaid's Secret. Me and my husband just saw the movie and I really enjoyed it, and I have not read books 2 or 3, so I want to read at least book 2. I could see them doing another movie. I think it did well. But yeah, I want to read that, and maybe even the third one, but that's not on my list, so don't quote me. I have had this next romance book on my TBR since it came out, which is years ago now. Winging It With You by Chip Pons. I follow him on Instagram. He's a great guy. This is a male-male romance, and I haven't read it yet. There are so many times that I'm looking for something to read and I like almost download it and I don't. So this will be the year, hopefully, that I read it. And then a hockey romance that I want to get to this year is Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. I read Unloved. I actually got the ARC for it and I read it and I didn't love it. I didn't love it, sadly, but I think Unsteady is different enough to where maybe if I didn't love Unloved, I'll like Unsteady more. And the third book comes out this year, so I need to decide if I want to continue in the series or not, so I need to read that first book. Okay, the last 4. Heartless Hunter, another romantasy. I believe it's just a duology. I own both books. Haven't touched them, but I do own both of them. Woman Down by Colleen Hoover might be a controversial pick to put on this list because I just feel like people don't like her anymore, but I grew up reading her. I've read all of her books. I really did like her. I have reread some of her books like as a 30-year-old and they didn't hit the same, but I want to give her a chance. I'm so curious. She hasn't written a book in years, so I'm very curious. I think it's more on the thriller side. I just want to see what it is. It's more of like, it's not a hate read, it's like an interest read. Like, I'm just interested. These last 2 are going to be very popular in the new year. Like, everyone's going to read them, and I don't care. I'm excited about them. Abby Jimenez's new book, The Night We Met. I love her books. They're sweet. They're comforting. And she always has a really cute dog, which I love. So, Say You'll Remember Me was a 5-star read. in 2025, and I believe this is like in the same series as that. So I'm super excited to read that. And then my last book on this list, number 26 for 2026, is Harvest Season by Brynne Weaver. I love Brynne Weaver's writing. I feel like a lot of people don't love Ruinous Love trilogy. I think maybe it's a little bit too much for some people. I love it. I think it's gory and like raunchy, but it's also like sweet and funny. I think she does the perfect mix of humor and gore and like serial killer, but like sweet. Like it's gotta be hard to do that, but she does it really well. I love that series, and then I really did love Tourist Season. It was more of a slow burn for her, but I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed myself reading that, so I'm super excited about book 2. I cannot read them while I'm eating. If I'm listening to an audiobook of it, I have to pause it while I eat because I do get a little squeamish, I will admit, but it's definitely worth it. I love her books. So those are the 26 books that I want to read in 2026. I will say, disclaimer, I am a mood reader, and I would guess that I will not get to all of these, but I am excited about every single one of them for different reasons, so they'll definitely be on my radar, and I'm gonna have a page in my reading journal where I can cross them off and like see them all. So it might kind of help me get through some of these books that I've been wanting to read, some of them for years. Please let me know down below if you want to read any of these books this year and what ones you're most excited for. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you'll subscribe and stick around, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!